Berisford boys are back with another area tour, and today we're at the North Pole. Okay, not the real North Pole. We're at Santa's workshop at the North Pole on the Pikes Peak Highway. Right behind me is how you drive up to 14,110 feet with a serious lack of guardrails, which can be seriously puckering, but a seriously good time. How many times can I say seriously? I seriously don't know. But today we are going to be focused on a massive, huge, awesome tour of the entire Ute Pass Valley. We're going to take you everywhere from Cascade to Chipeta Park, Green Mountain Falls, and eventually we're going to work our way all the way up to Woodland Park. So without further ado, we got a lot to cover. Let's get going. All right, so we are kicking off this epic Ute Pass tour with an epic home tour. Here we are at 4440 Prairie Street. Let me take you inside and show you what Ute Pass is all about. All right, I got Kyle with me here to kick off this house tour. Kyle is gonna take us up into the main area here.
Haven't been inside yet, so this will be fun.
Thanks to my buddy Eric Friedman, by the way, over at the Resource Group and these awesome sellers for letting us tour this place today.
No, it is a beast walking up. Oh, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my heavens. Yeah, I love this floor.
Yeah.
Kind of 3-inch.
Sellers
3-inch
actually
planks.
just redid this whole
Oh,
floor.
did they really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Redid this, the upstairs floor, so stair carpet's original, but all this flooring's been redone.
Fun
which is
fact,
super nice.
highest ROI thing that you can do to your house is refinish hardwood floors. It has 147% ROI.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Now,
But it looks so good.
you got this
windows
main
are
living
insane.
room here, windows, panoramic views, like so pretty. Don't look that way yet.
Okay.
Got a kitchen here. Normal kind of galley style kitchen, right? Nothing crazy, but plenty of space to work with
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Plenty of space to dine with here. But this isn't really what this house is about, as awesome as this space is. This is what it's about.
Come on out. Wow.
Yeah.
This is a pretty freaking
Yeah.
spectacular situation here.
Dude, and like both sides of the house, like you're surrounded by Ute Pass in the valley right here. Like both sides of the house, you got gorgeous mountains on either side.
Yeah.
Colors are starting to change right up here. You've got views all the way out to literally the prairie. It's funny, it's called Prairie Street, and I can see the prairie
Yeah.
from out here, right? Like such wild views. And
Well, and the thing is like nobody's coming up here unless they're coming to your house. Like there's no other reason. There's no outlet. There's no pass through.
Yeah.
It is just like, and it's perched up here. Like, I don't know if you could see through the camera, but like, I was like on my toes trying to walk up that. It is a pretty steep driveway, but it's because it's perched right on top.
Yep. And I was speaking to the owner actually before the video started, and I was like, what do you guys do in the wintertime with all this stuff? And it was like, actually, the snow just, because you're east facing, you get sunlight right here first thing in the day, and because you're so high up on the hill right here too, like, whereas other people closer to other sides of the valley are losing sunlight, like depending on how close to the valley walls they are, they don't lose a whole bunch of sunlight right here in this house. And it kind of sloughs right off of everything. And I mean, they drive normal cars. It's not like they have big 4-wheel drive rigs to get up here, but I mean, this space, this is what you move to Ute Pass for, right? These views, you feel like you're in the mountains because you are, but
It feels that way because it is, because the way it
you're
is.
15 minutes to downtown Colorado
I
Springs,
love this too, like this view of this mountainside over here, which it's starting to turn yellow, but like just that huge space right there just looks so majestic and beautiful.
And I got a couple of surprises for you here at the end of the tour, but also you can see right over here, there's a trail that actually connects to Bar Trail and goes to the top of the peak.
Really?
Yep, so if you want to get crazy and go all the way to the top of the peak, you can do it with a 5-minute walk out of your driveway, right?
That's incredible.
You got a trail right back here that goes up to the reservoir, and right in this little notch here in the mountains, it's cascading waterfalls all the way down that trail.
Wow.
So just
Hence, Cascade. Bing bong.
Bing bong. You're
Dang.
surrounded
Dude,
by
this is incredible.
everything you want to be when you move to a place like this, right?
Well, I'm just gonna chill here, I feel like.
All right, you chill here.
No, I'll come with you. I want to see the rest.
You got to see the master. Skylights, and this is like your primary suite.
Yeah.
Now it's open, right? But this is like, again, kind of typical of like that mountain chalet kind of vibe, is that you want everything to be open so that you get panoramic views from the best spot in the house to get those views. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Insane, right? All right, so not only do you have all that privacy and those views, but with this house, you got your own private sauna too. Look at this.
Oh, dude, this is like my dream.
This is half the reason. This is half the reason that Kyle and I go to the gym, is to sauna.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like got the big glass door, so you're still like looking out, but it's like so cozy.
Super private back here, surrounded by like scrub oak. So do your thing, if you know what I'm saying. Not only one deck.
I like it. Oh, wow.
But there's 2 decks.
Oh. Yeah, dude, this is awesome.
So imagine you buy this place. What's the first thing you're gonna do back here?
I don't know.
Hot tub.
Oh yeah. Yeah, obviously.
Hot tub. Again, surrounded by privacy.
Also, if you're in a hot tub, probably that too.
Surrounded by privacy. You are surrounded by trees, very private back here, right? And you still get these like gorgeous views up to the cliffs up there and all the aspen groves changing colors. Slivers of your views that you get on the front deck, right? If you could put a hot tub right back here and just a whole hangout space, like, even though there's houses right around here, it's like there's nobody back here. Yeah.
All right, so you guys just got a tour of a pretty cool house in Cascade. So right now, we're cruising up Chipeta Park Road. Chipeta Park Road parallels Highway 24 almost all the way up to Woodland Park. It actually turns into Green Mountain Falls Road, and then it pops into 24 just before you get all the way up to Woodland Park. So
they all kind of meld together a little bit.
They do. It all kind of runs together. But what's interesting about this area, and it's not a big, huge geographic area. There's not a ton of stuff up here, but we're just gonna kind of hit the highlights. So we're gonna do a little driving tour, kind of cruise up this road, parallel Highway 24, show you a little bit of kind of what the residential stuff looks like, and then we're gonna pop into Chipeta Park and little town proper as well. So a lot of the houses, it's kind of a mix. There's really, I would say there's kind of 3 types of housing up here. There's a lot older stuff, think like late 1800s, early 1900s even, that's kind of on Fountain Creek. So like on the creek that flows down through Ute Pass. So those are some of the homes that we'll be driving by. Some of the other stuff is kind of infill along the creek, so maybe built in like the 50s and 60s. And then you have actually some brand new gated communities. Like that was one right that we just
Pikes
passed.
Peak Mountain Estates.
Thank you, man. Mountain Estates. Yeah, old coworker of mine lives up there. Great gated community, and that stuff is nice 7-figure homes, modern, built in the last 20 years, that kind of thing. So there's a mix. Kind of those are the 2 ends of the spectrum, and then you have a lot of stuff that is just kind of every time period in between, honestly, because as you get off of this main road that parallels 24, the word I use for all the roads up here, it's like a spaghetti bowl. Just the roads are all over the freaking place. They're super tight and twisty, but there's just a lot of houses all built in there. A lot of them are on, like, I'd say acre lots, Sam, probably is what I think a lot of them are.
half acre up to an acre. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've got a really good former coworker of mine, good friend. He lives Green Mountain Falls, kind of up on the side of the hill. It's on an acre lot. I'd say home was probably built in the 70s, maybe 80s, and it's kind of like just jammed in the hillside. That's what a lot of them are. When I think of this area, because the kind of the area where Ute Pass comes, where the creek flows through, it's not a real wide valley. I mean, it's pretty darn narrow. On the north side, you have National Forest land. It's where the Waldo Canyon fire was about probably 15 years ago, I would say. And then on the south side of Highway 24, it just shoots up to honestly, up to Pikes Peak, and it's national forest, and there's this little strip of private land, which is where all these houses are. So it's a super narrow valley, if you will, that is just residential, but it's super unique. And I'll tell you, people either love it or they hate it. That's kind of the main thing that I think about, is people either just say, I've got to be up the pass because I want to be out of town, or they're like, what in the crackers is this? This doesn't even make any sense at all.
I think it is super unique. And, you know, like I mentioned during the home tour, you can really, even if you don't love it, or even if it's not your thing, you can kind of start to get a feel for why people would want to do this, right? Like, looking out the window, like, you're in the mountains, right? But you're only, 15 minutes up to Woodland Park from here, and maybe 15 minutes down to Colorado Springs from right here. So you're gonna have everything you need that's 15 minutes away. And even on these maybe smaller lots as far as acreage goes, right? Half acre to an acre, depending on how many trees you have on that lot, it still feels like nobody's really around.
Yeah, you can feel pretty secluded.
I don't know how to toss the dice, but we be the only one for me is you, and you and me, so happy together.
Dude, we should start a band. Oh, he's ready.
Oh, hey.
Bonjour!
Hey, how's it going?
This is Green Mountain Falls. This is the park in the downtown area. Well, we say downtown, it's basically like a half a mile.
It is. It's a tiny little town.
But it's why people love this area. Look at these trees. You got this cute little lake behind here. People, I don't know if you're allowed to fish in here.
You are allowed to fish in here.
Okay, because I was going to say, because I see a fishing line in that tree that somebody has not cleaned
You're
up.
allowed to fish in here. You get no more than 4 fish per day, and you do pull fish out of here, right? Because from the Catamount Reservoir and I think it's Crystal Peak Reservoir, the creek flows down and then carries on down into Fountain Creek that you eventually see all the way down in Fountain.
Oh, so this is not just like a freestanding little pond.
No, it flows all the way down the pass, right? There's so much hiking and like outdoor activities up here. You can ring the peak from over here, and there's 15 different trails right here in the area that shoot off.
That's why people live here, is because people want, like so in Colorado Springs, like proper, I have to like go to a green space. I have to drive to wherever to get to the trails. But here, the trails are like basically in your backyard. You could e-bike to them, you could walk to them. Like there's over 20 trails within like a 1 mile little span here. And as you go up, like he was saying, you can even get all the way up to the reservoir, which is super freaking cool too. This little town, what I like about it for me is kind of also the proximity to the rest of Colorado. Right? Like it's 20 minutes to downtown. So like to the Switchbacks game, 20 minutes, easy peasy. Breckenridge, under 2 hours. Let's go. And also when it's snowing, for the record, when you're driving through the pass, that just gets extended because people drive so slow.
And I should mention too, like the pass, yes, it does snow a bunch up here. It snows more than it does in the springs. It gets colder up here, but the state takes really good care of it. And honestly, the casinos kind of subsidize like the care for the pass. And so I've got plenty of friends up here that commute down to work in the springs, and they don't have an issue in the wintertime because they keep the pass so clear. Other place I was going to mention that I personally love is Buena Vista, and that whole like
less than an hour and a half.
I love that area over there. And when you're in the pass, like it just makes it that much easier and more convenient to just zip out of here.
It's one less pass that you have to drive a camper through. This is also super awesome. And then again, like we'll talk about this in Woodland Park, but like I don't think there's that much good food this side of the pass, but you're 20 minutes to downtown, which is closer than I am to downtown right now, and I live in Colorado Springs, so 10 out of 10 would prefer to live here. Again, it's really quiet, really small community. It really is the type of community where everybody knows everybody. You'll see kids out playing, and lots of older couples that are just walking around, and like it's a very safe community. People feel really, really good out here. So now we have quite a few friends that live just up the pass a little bit, so we keep referencing Woodland Park, and most people know Woodland Park because it's like, I'm going to say sizable, even though it's not that big, but it is much more sizable, so quite a few people know more about that. So the next video that you're going to want to make sure to subscribe so that you can check out is going to be all about Woodland Park. And then between the two, you'll kind of get this really good feel of like, do I want to live in / on that side of the pass? Is that right for me? Because a lot of people, I think think that they want to,
Yeah.
but they really need to understand what it looks, feels, smells like, you know, all those little details. So make sure to subscribe. The next video coming out will be Woodland Park, and we have one of my favorite houses ever lined up. I'm really sad I did not buy it.
Yeah. So for now, this has been the Ute Valley tour. Just to recap, we did a little driving tour through Chipeta Park, Green Mountain Falls. We did the home tour at the beginning, and you know now this area is all about like convenience with still that like easy access to the mountain, that mountain lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And like Kyle said, we're taking you up to Woodland Park next to show you even more. So stick around, subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. See you on the next one.